Hello everyone, and welcome back to Minecraft. Here it is, the fully designed storage system. I painted myself into a corner because I forgot that Tango's design is 4 blocks wide. The circuitry for it extends out a block to the side of the chests and the hoppers. It's physically impossible for me to use Tango's design here. So I've gone with bombs, which I've had to adjust very slightly as well to account for the gap here, because I can't put this part of the circuit in here and start another module, because this is where the wall of the passageway is. So as you can see, I've done a little thing where I wind the hoppers under the warpway and then push the items back up here. Love the target block. A powerable block that redirects redstone. So useful. But yeah, this does appear to all work. If I tested by putting an item in the input chest and seeing if it made it all the way to the output chest, which it did. So all the timings for the elevators and stuff, the signal pulse extenders last long enough for it to make it across this gap and start off the next one, which re-triggers this to keep that going. It's fine, it worked. If you're wondering what this is, by the way, this is when I was building the Nether Hub. Little editing secret. The upside down segment in the time-lapse for that, the montage, I built it right way up and then flipped the footage. And I used a resource pack because you can't do weeping vines going upwards, so it would have been impossible to build this way up. So I used a resource pack that just swaps the texture over. This was, I cloned this from the warped part, did block replacement to turn it into crimson, and then used this as a reference guide when building it for the montage. So that's what all this is. You can see other stuff over here. There's the town hall. Underside there's the Sorcerer groceries. That's a little sneak peek of the mini game that I designed. It's my nether tunnel design, which I'll come back to at some point. But this is the focus today. Yeah, as you can see, this is a lot of redstone. This is a hell of a lot of redstone. And I'm not using Il Mango shulker box loaders because they were too tall and pushed the filter circuit like way up here. So I'm using one by, let me just check, who was it? Borcon. Apparently not a unique design, independently discovered. But that's that. And I cloned this over here. Well, I cloned it twice. So I can run fill commands on it, replacing one block at a time, so I can tell how many of each thing there are. I need about 2,800 redstone dust to make this thing, to make all the components. I don't have quite that much. I think I've got like maybe 3/5 of that much, so I'm going to need more redstone. And I'm not going to do a montage or build this thing on camera because look at it. This just is, it's very complex, very involved, I mean the precision of how I've got to place each bit is, especially with the rails, they get finicky. It's a thing. So I'll build it off camera. I'll probably do progress updates though. But anyway, that's enough of looking at this in the creative designing world. Let's get back onto the server. Well, that was impeccable timing. I got onto the server immediately before one of her scheduled restarts. So let's do something about this skin. I'm standing in a cauldron. I'm not underwater, so hopefully it will rehydrate me without turning me into a drowned again. And then I'm also combining that with zombie curing apparatus. So let's see. Huh. Well, that's why do I have a skin tone? Wait. I'm a villager. Without the nose, apparently. Well, that's just... How the heck do I fix this, then? This is just an endless saga. So, as you can see, I dismantled the shelter up here completely. The only thing left up here, I mean, the trees are up here, bamboo's here, animals are here, but the stone is like the only thing that's sort of left up here, because there's just loads of it. And I've moved it all down. Portals down here. I'm smelting up some smooth stone, and I've been gathering all the materials. So we've got, I believe, all the quartz I need, all the iron. I've got glowstone, I've got slime, I've got a couple of hay bales. I need about another stack of redstone ore, or an equivalent amount of dust. That should be all the cobble I need. Got some sticks, got wood. I need about another 12 or so stacks of logs, and then smooth stone there for all the repeaters and comparators. So I need to head back to town so I can see if I've got enough redstone in my house to get some more logs, because I'll farm the spruce trees in town. That's a bit quicker. The rails, because we've got a rail duplicator in town, and probably some bows as well for the dispensers. Now I could go back via the nether, or I could say, push the button, goob! Well, I wasn't expecting to briefly fall through the world there, but what we have here is an ender teleport station, with the mechanic that was recently added. I think it was added in 1.16, wasn't it? Or 1.16, 1 or 2, where an ender pearl will bob in a bubble column. And so all you do is you have a trapdoor at the top of the bubble column that flaps down, so the ender pearl hits it. Instantaneous transport from my base back to town, or well, from wherever I am, as long as it's in the overworld, back to town. I mean, someone has to press the button. I don't yet know of any way that this could be done remotely by me, because this would need to be loaded, and also I'd have to somehow trigger it. I don't know how I could do that. Almost a stack. And then the block of redstone. Oh, got another stack there. Excellent. Do you know, I think there might have been a lightning strike here. Can't imagine what gives me that idea. I just this weird feeling I have. Progress update 1. Shulker box loaders are done and working, I think. Hopper line will come in over here, go out over there, yada yada. I've been thinking about the other modules. I might actually make these separate modules rather than having... I mean, I'm quite pleased with how I did the connection between the two on this side and between the two over here, but I don't need to. They can be separate modules, because the reason I did it was because I couldn't have the torch tower running up here because it would be where the wall is. But my solution to it was to run redstone underneath and up the other side and have the torch tower over here. So I could just do that anyway and have it as a separate module, which is better because it means that I'm not relying on them wiring together, which is, I mean, the wiring together works just fine. I was starting to do the hoppers underneath and then the droppers to lift them up on the other side, because that's the hopper chain, not the redstone. But they can be separate modules, and therefore these lights will be a bit more useful. The point of these lights is to tell me that a module's running. That's a bit less important than, oh, for goodness sake, come on. That's a bit less important than it used to be, because the main purpose it served previously was to tell you not to open trapped chests in that module while it was running. But since we can stack chests next to each other now, that's not a problem anymore. It still tells you that a module is running and you shouldn't unload the chunks, but you could just have a global light switched on for that. You don't actually need per module lights. I've thought about that and I'm like, okay, I could do that, but where would I put the light if I did that? Like, where would I put one indicator light to tell me that it's running that would look good with this aesthetic? And I don't know. So I'll give that some thought, and I might just take these out and have one light somewhere. Maybe, no, it can't go there. Maybe I just put it like there. It could go just there. Maybe. I'll think about that. But yeah, so the shulker box words. The shulker box modules are done, and I believe I have set the filters. It's actually been a couple of days since I built this that I'm now recording this. But I believe I have set the filters. Let's have a look. I said. Yeah, I have. And I've got a couple of shulker boxes ready in each one. I need a lot more shulker boxes. I just went and farmed enough to get 2 in each module. So yeah, next step is to do all of the other modules and then hook the whole thing together. Check out this pro gamer move. I've been playing Minecraft long enough that that you couldn't do this before. Where did lag? Come on. Where's my my latency is fine. Yeah, because hopper hitboxes took up the whole block, but not anymore. So now you can actually. You stop that. Well, this is playable. Is this going to do the thing where it just starts randomly disconnecting me? Stop. 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 Stop it. Yep, my connection's pants apparently. I'll try and show you what I. Are we done? You may notice some changes. I'm an idiot, and I forgot that the bottom hopper in each set is not for a chest, because it will pull items out of the one above it, so it has to be the bottom locked one isn't for a chest, it's so that it's locked so it doesn't pull one out of the last one that's for a chest. So, yeah, I wasn't going to rebuild everything. There was no way that I was going to rebuild everything, so I've just gone, I'll just have 5 chests in each module. That's fine. So, the first module goes around this corner, then it's decided it's going to do this now. It does this sometimes. So the modules all go around corners now. I've changed up how I was combining them. So this corner is the first 2 modules for the shulker boxes. Then we've got the shulker box loaders. Then we have this module here, which obviously doesn't go around a corner because the shulker box loaders start there. So that's just one module on its own. And then this module goes around this corner here. And then that module goes around that corner. So that's all fairly straightforward. I need to run a test of this thing, which is going to be fun while it's being a dick. So I'll probably have to do that off camera. But I'll just put some items in here and check that they all make it all the way to the end here. And then I'll put chests in and start allocating items to those chests. It's going to disconnect me again in a second. But obviously with no chests, therefore nowhere to put the items, they should make it all the way to the end. That light up there will turn on when any of these modules are running. I want to show you this. I want to show you this piece before I give up. Oh, I'm all the way back here. Wonderful. I made absolutely no progress from walking around there. And now I'm stuck in fly mode. So, coming off the pulse extender here, you've got a line that goes up to that lamp. I would really love to come out of fly mode so that I can get up there. Fine, I'll do it this way. So we just have the pulse extender here as well, so that this stays lit if the signal drops for a moment. And the lamp's just under this block. And then... Why am I completely stuck? Thank you. Another line comes up here, if I can just... it goes into that as well. And this comes from the other modules, so one comes from the 2 modules over there, and one comes in from down there, which is for the module in that corner. This is absolutely painful. There is no nothing from the shulker box loaders yet to go into the lamp, and there needs to be, because if a load of shulker box bulk storage items like stone go through the system at once, the lamp will turn off while they're filtering down into the shulker boxes, even though there are still items behind them that are passing through the system. So I need to work out where best to draw a signal off the item filters, I think, for that. But that's done, and I need to test it, get the chests back in, and get item frames on all the chests, which is a lot of leather. I need to go and do a lot of Moo Moo Murder Mission to get enough leather for that. But that's where I'm up to. So I'll be back with you when I've made some progress on that, once this decides to be playable. In the meantime, I think I'm going to play with the new 1.17 snapshot, because they've just released skulk sensors, and that's exciting. I have started filling in the item frames and getting items in the chests. These are all full, these are all full, these aren't yet. So I ran a test with some items that would go into the bulk storage and into these, and the test was a resounding failure. It doesn't work. I don't know why yet. It just doesn't put the items into the chests. And that's irritating. I put something in, I put in something like a smooth stone block. It doesn't end up in there. It doesn't end up in the first open slot. It goes all the way until it gets to the output chest. So I need to look at the repeater timings and everything. I need to examine the system, check I haven't made any mistakes. If I haven't, then my suspicion is it just doesn't work correctly on Spigot, and I can try troubleshooting it, or I can tear it all down and build Tango's design, because I think I can probably modify Tango's design to work in this space. I think, because each module of Tango's design still extends backwards, if I remember correctly, and it's just the bits at the bottom that would need rearranging slightly. I mean, I've rearranged these. The circuitry for these is, you know, all over the place, detached from the original design. So, I don't know. Just popping in from the future to say, it's these repeaters here, and those on each module. I, for some reason, got it into my head that it was 3 and 1. It's 4 and 3 for the settings on those. So, let's see if it now works. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, I think that was probably the entire problem. Which means that is going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, share, favourite and comment, help support the channel. Follow me on Twitter to stay up to date what's going on, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I have no idea how to stop myself being a villager.